So today we're going up Queen's View, a place where there'll be no view today because of the cloud cover, but it's a bit of a practice again at a bit of uphill, which I'm trying to get into a bit. I've been doing a lot of flat walking. This is a bit more uphill, but nothing too strenuous, although you'll probably hear me out of breath very soon. So Queen's View between Whangie and Drimmen, just above the top of the Stocky Muir Road. Back over to the Campsies, you can see there in the background. And then on towards Croftamy and Drimmen. Very cloudy day today, so not going to be any distant views, I'm afraid, but hopefully you'll recognise some of these places. So the wind's picked up, so I don't know if you can hear me at all, but it's the south end of Loch Lomond over there. So I'll try, when I'm putting this down, onto some video to give you arrow shots of wherever it is, but you can't see Ben Lomond, which is a shame, but we'll continue and we'll hopefully get some of the views spelt out to you when we put it up on video. So there you go, that's the south end of Loch Lomond. Looks very close, doesn't it, when you think of where we are actually. Not far away from home at all, really. Again, I'll put some of these places, hopefully. This peak here, we'll see if I can identify that. Then obviously the scarp across the Campsie Fells, back towards home. Onwards and upwards. Beginning to lose sight now of the Loch Lomond as the cloud closes in, so we're probably going to get some more rain very soon. But I've got the waterproofs on. The dog doesn't care anyway. As I suggested, here comes the rain, so I'm going to put the camera off and stick it in my pocket for a wee while. I'll keep walking, but we'll see what happens with the rain. Rain's easing off a little bit now, just a short shower. I'm sure it won't be the last, but as I said, we can't see Loch Lomond now, but we'll see what happens. There's a chance that the weather might clear. It looks a bit brighter in the sky over there, but we'll see. So this is evening off a wee bit of the slope, and a bit easier to walk on, a bit more of a defined path rather than scrambling a wee bit. Sooner leading the way as usual. So the wind is indeed, as we say, blowing a hoolie, but it's helping to clear some of the cloud. So you can see bits of sunshine happening, but more importantly, in the distance now we'll be able to see Loch Lomond again. There's some rain coming in that direction, obviously. We are carrying on. So the wind is howling, the rain is pouring, but we continue. And you'll see here some amazing rock formations just here ahead. And I'll try and get a wee bit closer to them if you can hear me and give you some better shots. Amazing, eh? Look at this. Fantastic. Gives me memories of the Old Manor Store. Gosh, aye, this is brilliant. I didn't know this was here. Isn't it amazing? Fantastic. Obviously you can go back through that way to the road, or this takes you, goodness only knows where this takes you, but there's some sort of path. I think we'll give it a wee explore. There's much to see, but we will find out. Bit of a scramble. Where we would have gone if it stayed down the bottom bit in front of these rocks. This is like a nature's gallery of rocks here, isn't it? Amazing. I didn't know this was here at all. It shows you how things that are on your own back yards you don't actually know about. So this is on the road to on Queen's View, on the path from Queen's View up to the hills, and I'm going to watch my step here, so I might not be able to speak, but the pictures say it all. Bit of blue sky in the background. I love this. This is brilliant. This was so worthwhile making the trip up here. Almost looks man-made, this, doesn't it? I'm sure it's not though. Why would they do that? So it must be natural. Hey ho, where are we going here? Well, the dog's not come back, so there must be a route through. And indeed there is. Gosh. That's spray paint. I almost want to walk back all the way up the top again to do it again, because it was so good. And that's where we've come from. But we'll continue. We can do this again another time, and I definitely will. You need your boots on though, because it's quite wet underfoot in places. So we come back out to the wind now and you'll not hear me. Amazing. Wow. Absolutely brilliant. I'm going to go down here now, so I'm afraid the camera's going to have to get put off, but I'll switch it back on when I get down to the bottom and show you where we've come from. Safely down. So this is the bit I've just climbed down here, and that's through there is where you can walk behind all of this rock here, behind all of that wall of tablets of stone, and then in the distance Loch Lomond. Brilliant. I'm going to go back up here and show you, because this was amazing. It's made my day. So yeah, look at this. It's a place to make a movie, this, isn't it? It's like something from Lord of the Rings, or and there's Sooner in the background there. So we walked in behind all of this here now, the path that goes through there. If we take the lower path, this is where we would have come along, and I'll do that now. This has really made me want to do this again. I almost don't want to leave it. In fact, I'm going to go right back to the beginning on the lower end of it. If I can navigate my way down. A bit rocky and that in places, but might be a bit of movement in the camera, but I'll get down. There we are. No danger to the Lone Ranger. So we were in behind the rocks. This is the lower path. Just behind this big boulder here is the path that takes you back up behind all of there, and that's where we looked over. And I showed you us almost at a little bit like an overlook platform, a stage of some sort. Over to Loch Lomond. But this has been worth it. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna go back now and continue with the walk and see how we got on with views when we get to the top. Camera away now, I think. So away from the boulders now, into the wind. So we're going to go and try and find the viewpoint now. In the lee of the hill now, protected a little bit from the wind. I'm sure it won't be for long. Choice to go where? Okay, decision made, we're going to take the right hand here, because this takes us up now, up here. We're going up here to the Whangie, which is the viewpoint, if there is a view in this weather. So up the hill here. So I'm going to stick the camera off again here just till we find the routes. With this rain, I don't want you not having a view at all. So I hope you can hear Trig Point. Has now, the rain and wind has stopped, so I can put the camera back on. We're getting there now to well on the return bit now, and blue sky for the next few minutes anyway. So still bits of snow on the ground, but we're getting back just as the sun comes out. That was really wild up the top there at the Trig Point. It was fair blowing. You can see where that's where it's headed now. It's gone past us, so maybe we'll see something over there. There's Lord Lomond again in the distance. You can just see it, make it out. There's another load of showers coming through, and in this wind it will be here very quickly, I would imagine. But look at the difference a wee bit of blue sky makes. But again, it's about coming out being dressed properly, because that probably, if I'm being honest, was one of the best walks that I think I've ever done. It was, that bit with the rocks was just spectacular. I loved it, and I will definitely go back up there when the weather's a wee bit better. But even in that weather, it was very sheltered in it behind the rocks. Keeping going on about the rocks, I think I'll make a short film just about them, as well as putting the full thing up later on. Look at the light here now. You probably can't hear me because of the wind, but look at the light. It's super. So if you are coming up here, as you can see, it's quite wet, and I don't know how dry it will get because it's quite boggy ground. I don't know how dry it will get in the summer even, but the right footwear. It's not trainers weather, this. I saw a couple of girls, young girls, coming up with just their trainers on. I don't know if they came all the way up here, but they'll certainly have wet feet when they get back down, whereas my boots are wet but I'm dry. Ahead of us. A hill and then a hill behind it. I'll need to look that up on the map, find out where that is. I think that must be, because that's Glengoyne Distillery, I think, down there. So that must be Dumgoyne. So there's the road now to come into view. That's the road we're going, but where the car park is. So when we came up, we walked along a path down at the bottom there, or not quite at the bottom, but so there's an alternative route back. It looks as if it might be the main route, right enough. You almost need your wellies on when you're doing it, right enough. Just noticed I say right enough quite a lot, right enough. done well so far, not falling on my arse, but I shouldn't have said that because you know what will happen next. Near the end of the battery life anyway in the camera, so I'll switch off at this point and just finish off as we get down towards the car and give you a quick summary. That's the way I've just come down, where I believe that's the way I went up. So if I'm coming back again, that's a quick route up, but it's steep and rocky, but that might be the way to go, to give it a different route. I'll know better when I get over this wee rise here to see if this gives me a quick view down to the car park, which I think it does. Yeah, I go down this way, yes, there's the car park down there below, and this is the way we came up, and we went straight ahead there along that way and round the back of the hill, whereas that's straight up. But you go straight up, you miss the best bit of the walk. Today anyway, I think if I was doing that again and the weather was beautiful, then of course you're going to see the sights of Loch Lomond and Ben Lomond and the hills beyond that is Queen's View, but you'll see them anyway. So this is definitely one to do again. I've enjoyed this big time. So it's just, if you've never been here before, it's a bit called Queen's View. So if you're coming out from Bearsden, Mulgai, heading for Drimmen, you'll come past Auchengillan and places like that, Carbeth, and this brings you out to the car park, which is down on the left of the road. And it's a private land, and you pay for the car park, but you can do it on your phone, and it's £3 for 2 hours, £4 for, I think it's 3 hours or something like that, but 3 hours would be absolutely ideal to do the up and down. If you want to spend any time up there, even take a bit longer, pay for a wee bit more car parking. Heading back to the car then, and I'll do a quick summary at the end then. Getting back to the car now, just in time, because I think there's another series of showers coming in. I seem to be doing a video nearly every day here, but it's only me and a couple of other folk that are looking at them, but that's absolutely fine. If you like what I do, that's great. You don't need to subscribe to anything, or I suppose I'm doing this for myself. I'm not trying to make money or anything like that. I'm just doing it for my own enjoyment, and that I can look back in time and say, I did that walk, and if somebody else enjoys it, that's great. But more importantly for me, it's if you've seen something or heard me say something in the videos that you can give me more information on, or correct any mistakes I've made in the information, that's brilliant. Just put something in the comments, because this is about my learning as well. I don't know that much about this kind of stuff and where I'm going. Quite a lot of the history and stuff I don't really know. Try to learn, so the more you can tell me, the more information I'll have. So thanks again. I hope you've enjoyed this one if you do watch it. Thumbs up to you for watching. Signing off. Bye bye.